The myth of Gemini is one of the most captivating stories in Greek mythology, symbolizing duality, communication, and the complex nature of identity. Gemini, the zodiac sign of the twins, is represented by the twins Castor and Pollux, who were the sons of the god Zeus and the mortal Leda. Their story is one of loyalty, love, and the bond between siblings, but it also touches on themes of sacrifice, duality, and the connection between the mortal and the divine. The twins, Castor and Pollux, were inseparable from a young age. They were born under extraordinary circumstances, as Leda, their mother, was seduced by Zeus in the form of a swan. Castor and Pollux were the product of this union, but there was a twist. Castor was mortal, while Pollux was divine, the son of Zeus himself. This created an immediate dichotomy in their natures. One twin, Castor, was bound to the limitations of mortality, while the other, Pollux, had the immortality of a god. Despite this difference, the brothers were incredibly close, and their bond transcended the boundaries of life and death. Their shared adventures are a testament to their unity. Castor and Pollux were famous for their strength, bravery, and loyalty. They were part of the Argonauts, a group of heroes who sailed with Jason to retrieve the Golden Fleece, and they participated in many other heroic feats. Yet, their most defining characteristic was their deep connection to one another. Despite their contrasting natures, one mortal and one divine, their bond remained unbreakable. Tragedy struck when Castor was killed during a fight with some rivals. Pollux, heartbroken by the loss of his twin brother, was overwhelmed with grief. As a god, Pollux had the power to live forever, but he could not bear the idea of living without his twin. Desperate to remain with Castor, he asked Zeus to allow him to share his immortality with his brother. In response to Pollux's plea, Zeus allowed the twins to alternate between life and death, ensuring that they would remain together forever, but in a way that honored both their mortal and divine natures. Castor would spend part of his time in the underworld, while Pollux would join him in death for the other part, and they would return to the realm of the living together. Their sacrifice and love for one another earned them a place in the stars, where they became the constellation Gemini. The story of Gemini is a profound reflection of duality, which is central to the sign itself. Gemini is an air sign ruled by Mercury, the god of communication, intellect, and travel. The twins symbolize two distinct aspects of identity that coexist within the same individual. Much like the twins, Gemini individuals are often seen as multifaceted, with two contrasting sides to their personalities. One moment they can be outgoing, social, and talkative, and the next they can be introspective, thoughtful, and even distant. This duality can sometimes lead to confusion, both for those around them and for themselves, as they navigate the complexity of their emotions, thoughts, and actions. The myth of Castor and Pollux also highlights the themes of communication and connection. As the sons of Zeus, the gods of communication, and being known for their involvement in heroic quests, the twins exemplify the intellectual and communicative qualities that Gemini embodies. They are always seeking new information, new experiences, and new ways of engaging with the world. Geminis are known for their quick wit, adaptability, and curiosity. Much like the twins, they thrive in environments where they can learn and exchange ideas, whether that be through conversation, travel, or intellectual pursuits. Yet, the myth also speaks to the deeper emotional currents that flow beneath the surface of Gemini's outwardly social and lively personality. While Gemini is often associated with being lighthearted and carefree, the story of Castor and Pollux reminds us that, beneath their playful exterior, there can be profound emotional connections and deep loyalty to those they care about. The twins' willingness to sacrifice their immortality for each other reflects the depth of emotion and devotion that can exist within the Gemini personality, despite their sometimes fleeting or changeable moods. The theme of sacrifice in the Gemini myth is important because it illustrates the complexity of relationships and the emotional depth that can be hidden behind the sign's intellectual and communicative traits. Geminis may appear to be detached or inconsistent at times, but in reality, they often care deeply about their loved ones, and their seemingly contradictory nature is rooted in a profound need to connect with others on both intellectual and emotional levels. The constellation of Gemini also represents the idea of partnership and mutual support. The twins are rarely seen apart in the night sky, emphasizing the importance of companionship and collaboration. For Geminis, relationships, whether romantic, platonic, or professional, are vital. They thrive in environments where they can interact with others, exchange ideas, and learn from those around them. The myth highlights the significance of balance and partnership in Gemini's life, where they often feel most fulfilled when they can share their thoughts, experiences, and emotions with a trusted counterpart. However, like all myths, the story of Gemini also carries a lesson. While the twins' bond is admirable, the duality that defines Gemini can also present challenges. The shifting nature of the sign can sometimes lead to feelings of inner conflict or confusion, as Geminis may struggle to reconcile their two opposing sides. Their need for constant mental stimulation and change can sometimes result in restlessness or a fear of commitment, as they can become easily bored or distracted. The story of Castor and Pollux reminds us that true growth comes not only from seeking out new experiences, but also from understanding and embracing the complexities within oneself. Ultimately, the myth of Gemini teaches us about the power of connection, communication, and duality. It reminds us that, like the twins Castor and Pollux, we all have multiple facets to our identities, and it is through understanding and embracing these contrasts that we can find balance and fulfillment. The story of the Gemini twins offers a reminder that we are all part of a larger tapestry of relationships, and that our true strength comes from the bonds we form with others, the connections we make, and the willingness to sacrifice for those we love. Whether in moments of joy or sorrow, Gemini teaches us that life is about navigating the ever-shifting currents of duality and finding harmony within the contradictions.